Life happens and we get wrapped up with things, or we have anxiety about different things. And it's really hard to make a priority things that you don't really want to do sometimes, right? So the purpose of today's podcast is really let's talk about some of those things. Welcome to the Semidey Dental Podcast. We're here to provide you expert insights on how dentistry can improve your quality of life and extend your health span. I'm Alex Semidey, and I'm a practicing dentist, and I'll be your host, along with Jeremy Wolf. Enjoy the show. Welcome back, Tooth Tribe, to the Semidey Dental Podcast. I am Dr. Alex, and I am joined today, as always, by my brother in podcast arms, Mr. Wolf. How you doing, Jeremy?
Oh, as always, living the dream, my brother. Yes.
Living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
And today we have a very special guest, very long overdue, my sister from another mister, perhaps, Dr. Sara Tartt. How you doing?
Dr. Alex has never said that before, so podcast
There's
special.
time for everything, baby. Let's go.
Hey, everybody. If you have been to the practice, you've probably met me. If you haven't, then time to come meet me.
Let's go.
So today we have a very special topic, and that's why do we ghost the dentist? We're all guilty of having some sort of apprehension when it comes to our dental care. But I really want to start off today, Jeremy. Have you ever ghosted the dentist?
Who, me? Ghost the dentist? Never. I wouldn't even think of doing such a thing. It's actually funny because, I don't know, maybe a month ago, I had a cleaning scheduled. And I tell you, I wanted to go to the cleaning. I really did. But I was under the weather. So I decided to do the responsible thing. I called your office.
Much appreciated.
Yes. Didn't ghost you entirely. However, your secretary said the magic words, "Would you like to reschedule?" And at the time I was driving. So I said, yo, I'll call you when I get home. Fast forward to today. And guess what?
Haven't called.
Yeah, I haven't called. And it's been on my mind. And I'm going to use this recording today as an impetus to call your office after we're done to get back on the calendar. But let's talk about that, right? Why is it that we have such a hard time doing the things that we know we need to do, right? We know this is something that is good for us, yet something goes on emotionally that just makes us avoid it. What is going on there, Dr. Alex?
There's so many different reasons, right, Tart, and we get it, right? Life happens and we get wrapped up with things, or we have anxiety about different things. And it's really hard to make a priority things that you don't really want to do sometimes, right? So the purpose of today's podcast is really let's talk about some of those things. Let's air it out. Sometimes when we talk about things, we demystify them, right? And we make it easier to wrap our heads around it and not feel the same way that we have been feeling about it. Yeah.
Just raising awareness. Yeah, like you said, talking about these issues melts away the emotional charge that's attached to this and gets you thinking more logically about what you need to do.
And with dentistry, like the number one thing is that vulnerability factor, right? Like we are well aware that when you are reclined in the chair with your mouth open, like that relationship that the patient has with the dentist is very important, right? It's a very, like I said, a very vulnerable moment for the patient. So it's very important to be in an environment where you have like absolute trust with that provider, with your doctor, where that vulnerability, it's always there, but it gets minimized. What do you think, Tart?
I think that, just like you said, I sometimes joke with the patients, like, we're going to get close real fast, because laying back in the chair and trusting someone to just help you understand your health better is something that you have to be mentally accepting during that moment. So some people don't make that appointment because they're scared of that moment, but I feel like at the practice, we do a good job to try to ease into that for a comfort level. But once they're back, we have their trust, and we share with them the education portion and all of that. So sometimes it delays them to make the appointment because they're scared of that moment. Other times, like yourself, Jeremy, life happens, and we don't not understand that you guys are busy outside of our office, but prioritizing your oral health and your head and neck health and just your health in general is huge. And sometimes we're discovering things that patients have no clue exist. And I think that should help motivate them to come and find out where am I on this healthy range and how do I improve or how do I continue being healthy? Because
Right.
we do our homework at home with our brushing and our flossing, or maybe we're not. And it's just,
Hopefully we do.
absolutely. But if you don't, that's still okay. We're here to help you learn. And a lot of the times, maybe they think the dentist is going to judge. So, for us, we come to work every day, Dr. Alex. I'm sure you've been told many times people hate the dentist. That's not who.
Not you personally.
Yeah, it's not personal. It's not personal. But I think I'm told on a weekly basis about 15 times how much they hate the dentist, but it's not me. But our goal is to change that mentality and be the dentist we don't hate. And it starts by breaking this mysterious, why do you hate the dentist? Why are you not making an appointment or giving your health a priority in your life?
And I will be the first to admit, I joke with patients too that I'm an official card carrying member of the Dental Chicken Club. Like when I'm sitting in the chair, like I get a little anxious too, and maybe I know too much, but there's just something about that vulnerability factor. And just to touch on that, because something that I'm super proud of that we do at the practice is we are incredibly attuned to the feedback that the patient gives us, right? Like we always tell them that we're never going to do anything if they're uncomfortable, and if anything is sharp or sensitive to raise their right hand, that's our signal for us to stop. But like the entire team is trained to go way beyond that and respond to body language cues and facial expressions that tell us how the patient's doing when they're laying back in the chair, right? And maybe that prompts us to give the patient an extra break in the middle of the procedure, or just constantly ask them, you doing okay? You feeling all right? Is there anything that we can adjust to make you more comfortable? And it's because we're listening, right? We're listening with our ears, we're listening with our eyes, we're taking in the information that the patient's giving us to make that experience as pleasant as it possibly can be.
I think it's critical that when they're in these moments, we make sure that they're seen and they're heard. Yeah. So sometimes patients don't feel heard when they're telling a doctor, and we hear it a lot. They come to us and we might be the second opinion. We might be their first chance after a terrible dental past or what they've heard about a dentist. And you have to listen. They have to feel heard and they have to feel seen. And all the techniques that we use at the practice, like you said, Doc, our team does an amazing job, and it's who they are as people. Yeah. We have an amazing team. And even, yes, there's our protocols and our expectations of how we want our patients treated, but the whole team contributes to that. They always have ideas of how to make the patient experience better. I always like to say comfort doesn't cost more here at Semidey Dental. So if you're uncomfortable, we are going to make an adjustment, and it's not an item on your bill. It is just part of your experience here at the practice, and we want to be your dental home.
Yeah, said.
So guys, let me chime in here real quickly, because I think this could be useful for folks out there that have gone through the same experience I've had with dentists. I've been throughout my whole life somewhat of a dentist hopper, if you will. I haven't really found a home until now that I'm with you guys at Semidey, and it's so important to have a dentist that you feel at home with, that you feel comfortable with, because it really makes it so much easier to ghost the dentist when you don't feel comfortable going there in the first place. But if you have a place that you can trust and you feel at ease, you just feel almost there's like an air of accountability. I feel like if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, right? So that's something that has worked for me throughout this process, is trying to find a really good dentist that I can go to that I feel comfortable. And that's going to be different for everybody.
That's a really interesting point, Jeremy. Like you don't want to let people down that you like, right? You don't want to let people that you like down. That's better English there. And yeah, that's true. There is a sort of a sense of accountability when you feel that connection with the office, right? Whatever office it is, whatever service you're receiving, to do your part in the whole thing, right? For the whole thing to be successful and pleasant and good for everyone.
And that speaks to the relationship that you build with, and not just in dentistry, right? This is like any professional, whether it's an advisor, whatever it is. Yeah. It's so important to build meaningful relationships with people, because as you develop a further relationship, you start to care about the people, and you're emotionally invested.
And it's a loyalty. You're talking about you hopped until you found that you were comfortable. there's two types of dental patients. Ones that never have a dentist of record, that hop from dentist to dentist when they have a problem and where they feel comfortable for that specific reason. Or I've had my dentist my whole life. My family uses the same dentist. And I always encourage people, find, like yourself, Jeremy, where you're comfortable, where you feel heard, seen.
Your
Yep.
dental home, right?
You trust. Yeah, your dental home. And if you have that, fantastic. Go to that dentist. And at least for me, we're never trying to steal people's patients. We're never trying to take you from your dental home that you're happy in. But we always welcome you. Yeah, I just didn't want to say it. But when I graduated dental school, one of the main things I heard all dental school, oh, I'm waiting till you become a dentist. I said, don't wait 4 years for me to graduate and things to get worse. Go see Dr. Alex. Like, he's the best. Go see him. And when I graduate, I'm going to be back there. So just don't wait 4 years. I'm still waiting on some of these people who are waiting on me. And
it's been a few years since.
So even when your loyalty, they're just seeing no dentist. And until you find the dentist you trust and you make that first step into the office and you feel at home and you feel that dental connection, it's a lot of talk and we don't judge it, but we're here for when you are ready to make that next step. 100%. And as soon as they walk in the door and they have their history, we say, you're here now. We're going to start here and we're going to work forward. So that's one thing that patients like yourself, Jeremy, could keep in mind. On the other side of the door, it's not judgment. At least at Semidey Dental, there's no judgment waiting for you. It's a welcome and a where do we start from here?
Yeah. And going off of that, on the judgment thing, like that affects a surprisingly high number of people.
Mm-hmm. Like even if you won't necessarily admit it, it's there.
Yeah, like some studies show that up to 25% of people carry a fear of judgment from a dentist or a doctor, like going back and starting their journey to get healthier. And that's so sad. And actually, Tartt is huge on this. Like, she's always making that point, which I love. It's that it doesn't matter where you're at now, right? Like, we're here to help. Yep. Right? Like, maybe the best day, this old Chinese proverb, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. It's the same sort of thing with your dental care, right? Okay, so it would have been great had you done it 10 years ago, but you're here now. Let's celebrate that, right? And just continue moving forward.
A true celebration, because it's a step for a better you, right?
Yeah.
We are, Jeremy, you had mentioned it before, accountability. So when you feel loyal to your doctor or you feel loyal to a relationship, you feel you have a part in it. That's the whole goal. We want you to be a part of your health. We don't want to constantly solve the problem. We want to be part of supporting you being healthy and maintaining your health or getting you to improve your health. And a lot of the times it's misunderstood that the dentist wants to drill on your tooth and take your money. That's not it. We want you to be healthy. We want you to understand your health better, understand how it's a systemic from head to toe relationship of your entire body, and move forward with how do I stay healthy to enjoy the life I have? We want you to live many years. And like Dr. Alex mentioned, we need our patients to be on the same team as us. If you're against us, we're going to be like the visitor team every time you come in our practice and we're trying to help.
And I feel like our entire practice culture is just like, we don't have any patients that don't get it. We go about things in a very particular kind of way. Like we were talking earlier, very relationship driven, right? Like our patients stay with us for a very long time unless they move away or something happens. And that's because we prioritize that connection, right? This is a team effort. We're here to help and guide and provide services when that's the right move. But the goal here is to create healthy habits that will let you live longer, look better, and have a healthier lifespan.
Yes. So don't ghost us. Let's get on the same team.
So guys, everybody has different reasons for not showing up. For me, I don't feel what we just talked about with the judgment. I don't feel that as prevalent when I go. Maybe that's because I take such immaculate care of my teeth. But one of the things for me that has had a severe impact on my ability to want to go to the dentist has been past pain and trauma.
Sure.
I won't get into particulars, but as you know from our conversations, I've had some pretty traumatic experiences in my past sitting in the dental chair. That has contributed greatly to my uncomfortability. What do you say? Like, how do you unpack that? If you've had some patient, they're sitting in the chair, right? I'm sure you've had this happen where you've had a patient come and you haven't even touched him yet, and they're already like shaking in their boots, right? They're already starting crying, and you haven't even done anything yet. Like, how do you deal with that with patients?
I'll tell you this. I am a firm believer that when someone takes the step to come in the door, some appointments, we talk to them. We unbag that history at our first appointment to let them know we want to know why your emotions are so heightened right now and how we can help you for the best experience.
And to let you know very clearly that this experience is going to be very different.
Absolutely.
That you've had in the past.
And they're told that, they read about it on reviews, and they walk in the door and it doesn't look the same way their old dentist may have looked. So it's almost like they have this idea that it's going to be better. And as they go through the motions, okay, it's checking out that it's going to be better. But being in the chair is just that every dental chair is a dental chair. Ours are comfier, but it's a dental chair and they know it. So it brings back those emotions, and we take the time to talk through it. And Jeremy, to be honest, sometimes we have different ways to manage patients. Personality of the dentist is a big one. I think that plays a big role. If you feel connected, you can feel more comfortable. You can work through some of these emotions. Sometimes personality isn't enough. We have to do some medication. And the medication allows us to do the treatment we need at the comfort of both the patient and the team, so that it breaks our hearts when we see a patient uncomfortable. It breaks our heart when they're emotionally uncomfortable or physically uncomfortable. We have a lot of techniques that we use. Dr. Alex, I'll let you talk about. I use the personality technique the most to try to gain the trust and show and prove by experience that we're a different practice and give us the opportunity to change your mind. I'm not putting my knee on your chest like the movies. We're not the scary cartoons. Sometimes people are like, the last dentist put their knee on my chest. I go, I don't exercise that much. So don't worry. I'm staying right here on the floor next.
Not flexible enough for that move?
No, especially no. But
yeah, certainly the baggage that we carry into any new interaction matters, right? Because that's what shapes us and our expectations and all of those things. But Dr. Tartt was mentioning, yeah, frequently for that severe dental anxiety patient, the first meeting, right? It's just a consultation, right? Like we won't have any dental instruments out. It is just you sit in one chair, I sit in another. Let's get to know each other and build a relationship so that we can come up with a plan where you are comfortable, right? And that has a bunch of different facets to it too, right? Like we always like to lead with education. We have slideshows that explain procedures. We project your imaging, your pictures or x-rays or the AI breakdown of your records on a TV, and we go through it and we explain what the situation is and what your options are, right? Like the clearer everything is, right? Whether it's from a procedural standpoint, from a financial standpoint, which is also obviously huge for patients, right? The clearer all of these things are, the easier to understand that we make it, the less intimidating it becomes, right? And then we can start formulating a game plan for how we're going to get from A to B, right? And then ideally in dentistry, right, if we have to get from unhealthy to healthy, from A to B, and then we hit maintenance mode, yes, right? That's what I always tell my patients. The goal is to get to maintenance mode where you can come in every 3 or 6 months for your cleaning and we high five on the way out. Things look great. And we can make that a reality for anyone.
Absolutely.
Right?
But no matter where you're starting.
What's that?
It's no matter where they start either.
No matter where you're starting. Right.
You don't have to be in the middle to get there. Dr. Alex said it's for anybody. So if you've never seen a dentist and you know there's problems, we'll get you to that maintenance phase.
Yeah. And real quick, the relationship and the trust and all of that is baseline, right? We can't continue this relationship. I have fireworks behind me.
That's the baseline. Our
That's the
baseline is
Our
fireworks.
baseline are fireworks.
We're the Disney firework level. Just saying.
And I love Dr. Tartt. I love what you said earlier about being seen and heard, right? Because when you go in there with anxiety, if the first thing they do is put the little, what is it
Bib.
called? The bib on and pull out the instruments, and they don't know that you're uncomfortable, you're going to have a difficult experience. But if you come in and again, through conversation, through building trust and credibility, through all of that's going to diffuse that emotion, and your anxiety is going to slowly start to slip away. And the communication is so paramount in this process. It really is.
Our team listen too. So if on the phone someone shares that they're nervous, we're told right away. So that patient's experience is tailored. And then if they didn't tell us and they may have not put it on paperwork, but they show up and maybe they're having a rough day and they're in that heightened emotional state, our dental assisting team, they will come in and inform us like, hey, please come in half power. They listen to the patient so well. Our back team, our front team, the whole team want that patient to feel on that day, because again, life happens. We don't know what we don't know what outside of life is bringing in every patient who sits down. So we make that a priority at our practice to really think about that before we start procedures. Before we move.
One thing I do want to mention that Dr. Tartt touched on earlier, for patients who need a lot of treatment to get from A to B and who do carry that anxiety, it's great that we have the baseline relationship, but we do have sedation options too. There are ways with medicine to be able to get all of your dental work done and not have it be an anxiety provoking experience, right? Like our patients frequently will snore through surgical appointments, right? Which is a beautiful thing, right? If you can just take a nap and when you wake up, it's all over, that helps build trust too.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me just say also about this idea of the communication, right? One of the things that has been anxiety inducing for me sitting in the chair is when I'm getting work done, it's the fear of, are they going to strike a nerve? Am I going to get a shot of pain coming soon? And just recently I was sitting in the chair with you and you told me before I had any pain, you were like, let me know if you feel anything in a moment here. And like clockwork, I felt like a tiny little tinge of pressure, nothing, no pain, just like it was touching the surface. I was like, yeah, okay. And you gave me a little bit more medicine to numb me up. And I was like, in the past that's happened, I always get the pain first. And it's just, I'm like, oh, well, let me give you a little more. But you knew it was coming. And I thought it was fascinating. That was excellent.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Dr. Alex is a really good dentist. He's my dentist too.
He is really good.
Dr. Tartt's pretty great too. She's my dentist.
I don't have any experience with Dr. Tartt. I'm sorry, Dr. Tartt.
We both like the office that we visit too.
One more topic that I want to touch upon here today is that of what's called self-care fatigue. And this may not be a concept that is widely known as a term, but I think it's widely felt as a feeling, right? And I wonder, with your case, Jeremy, how much of that plays into the month that went by without making that phone call again, is that we're tired, right? We're so bombarded too by all of these things that we constantly have to do for ourselves and for others and this, that, and the other, that oh man, it was just one more thing I had to do was make my dental appointment. And I couldn't. I hear that too. And let's be aware that is a thing, right? That sometimes folks are just tired. Like our lives are so demanding. We feel like we're getting pulled apart in so many directions, especially parents, right? If you have kids, like, holy smokes, you have no time for yourself anymore, right? And prioritizing self makes us more capable to provide for others, right? So if you feel like you're getting caught in the whirlwind of others, sometimes it's really important to take a step back and take a deep breath and, okay, what do I need to do for me, right? Yeah. To make me as best as I can be for others.
And I'll tell you, convenience, right? Because how many times do you call an office and they don't call back? They don't answer.
Sure.
I'm so happy to work somewhere where the phone's being answered. We have online options to schedule yourself. What's convenient for you You can go to our website, you could schedule yourself. You can make a phone call, you could send a text, and our team's great with the response. And if you're so busy and you finally put it as a priority to set up that appointment, to do something for yourself and to be better so that you can live for your kids and your family, if you have to jump through 5 hurdles to make it a reality, it's not a good thing. And Dr. Alex and myself, we get lucky to hear patients change their mentality of it being a chore to come see us to, this is what I look forward to. Like, I'm excited to come to the dentist.
It's the best.
I always tell patients, oh, you're here to hang out with me. So if we change the mindset of that the dentist has to be a chore and that becoming healthier is, don't get me wrong, I know there's a financial aspect of it that we're not jumping that hurdle with you. We're here to support it. We have options. We have plenty of ways to make it a reality and help you get to your,
Yeah.
Absolutely. And being a fair private practice is very rare to find too. So we're not tossing you around either. We're trying to make it as convenient as possible for you to get all of your needs done at a place you're comfortable with. And that self-care, like you said, if I have to call 14 offices to accomplish getting healthier, you're going to quit at some point. And you're going to restart. And unfortunately, when you restart, things can be even worse. So I encourage everyone to take time this week and just think for 10 minutes, what have I pushed off? Jeremy, today your homework assignment is to call. I'm here till 4. So if you don't, I'll know.
But also the cool thing about that is that if you're getting ghosted by your dentist, you're in the wrong place. Like, I know even if I don't call you guys back to schedule, I will inevitably get a call or a text or some reminder from your office just nudging me along. It's not going to be like bothersome, right? But just like, hey, friendly reminder alert. And I appreciate that. And I think we all need that sometimes because, like you said, we get caught up in the grind and we got a million things to do. And speaking of like the financial component, that's a whole nother component here.
Yeah, that could be a separate podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm going to go now, I got to get a crown. I got to pay a whole bunch of money additionally to go do this experience.
Right.
Just another thing that comes up that helps you rationalize in your mind that I'll do it later. Later. Just keep kicking the can down the road. And that's when you start having real problems.
Yeah. And dentistry, like most medicine, but dentistry very particularly, it is ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
My favorite saying.
Preventive dentistry is very easy, very affordable. Like the further along we get, that road of damage, just the more uncomfortable and the more expensive things become. There's just no getting around it. What's that?
We lose our options. And
yes, yeah.
Our goal is to be the most conservative we can.
100%.
We want to be conservative. And that's why we use education as a tool here at our practice, because we want you to understand where we're at and where we can lead to. And like you said, prevention is definitely the least expensive option of it. But Jeremy, like many things, the financial scare can be maybe our Halloween episode. We'll get that one together. But ghosting a dentist it's that we take personal. You could tell me you hate me, just don't ghost me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll make that the Halloween episode, the not so spooky financial episode.
We'll have to bring in Kathleen for that one.
We're gonna get some costumes for that one for sure.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I welcome all of you to come in the future Halloween time to see our pumpkin contest and our costumes. So It's worth it, I promise. If you vote for me, I never win the pumpkin contest.
Pumpkin, a lot of good stuff upcoming, right? You got the pumpkin. You guys are all about these office activities. You got the pumpkin contest upcoming, and then we got a cool event coming up in January, right, Alex?
That's right.
We tell everyone. Let's spread the message far and wide. I think this is
let's talk about it.
You got going on here.
Go ahead,
We've been running our mouths enough here, right? So we are super excited to introduce the first annual Run Your Mouth 5K, and it is going to be this year benefiting the Davie Women's Club that we're very excited about. So this will be an event brought to you by the Davie Cooper City Chamber of Commerce and presented by yours truly, Semidey Dental. There are corporate sponsorships available, so if you're interested, hit us up. And it's a very exciting race because it's going to start in Davie and end in Cooper City. very significantly tying our two communities together that we're very excited about. And every year we're going to have a different local landmark that will benefit from the race. So you can get all the information at runyourmouth.org. You can register early for a discount. And we're going to have all sorts of events at the race, music, food trucks. There's going to be all sorts of swag, medals, really, really great shirts. And you can run, walk, or stroll. You can do it virtually. So check it out, runyourmouth.org. And the link will be in the show notes below.
And let me just say it here now for the first time on this podcast. I am going to get a personal best at this 5K. I don't know about you, Alex. I'm going low, right? We've been doing a lot of running over the last couple of years. This is going to be my moment to shine. I'm going to do it on the Run Your Mouth platform. We're going to go, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we're going to go maybe sub 27-minute 5K we could do. I think we can.
Okay.
I think we can manage that. I think that's a reasonable goal, hopefully.
For the other part of the spectrum, if you would like to make a PR best at the slowest race, I'm glad to use a stroller and you can join me in the back end. We'll let the quick ones go ahead, but this race is for everyone. And I told Dr. Alex earlier today, maybe we should change it to don't run from us, run with us. So come run your mouth, have some fun, bring your family, register. I count the registrations and it makes me really happy to see those numbers. I'm signed up, my family's signed up, and we'll see you in January.
Very cool.
Hope to see everyone then.
All right, so let's leave it at that. Everyone, thanks so much for joining us on this journey. If you've enjoyed this content, if you found this useful, don't forget to subscribe. And if you've had your own personal experiences, good or bad, at the dentist, let us know about it in the comments. We're always interested to hear your feedback. And again, we appreciate you joining us. Everyone, take care, stay healthy out there, and keep smiling. We'll catch you next time. Okay.
That was fun, Tartt. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Semidey Dental Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and follow us on social media for the latest episodes. You can find us at Semidey Dental. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're always happy to help. Until then, keep smiling and stay curious.